So now you have separations of nations.
Right.
Now, listen. If Amun-Ra, Isis, or Amun-Ra and Ptah is the original three, we have to understand something. God created the stars on the 4th day of creation.
Right.
When was man created? On the 6th day. So when the star constellations were in the sky to tell the redemptive process of God, there were no men.
Right.
So you can't say the Egyptians came before Christ.
Right. Right.
Because the stars talked about Christ on the 4th day of creation before man was invented.
Right. Right.
So we know that's a lie.
Amen.
So now here we have, they're set up, and now what they do is, they say, let's destroy this star constellation. I need you to flip over in your pages. Let me see. Do you see this page here? See that page there? When you get there, let me know.
Amen.
You see how many gods they have there, the Egyptian gods they have there on the Egyptian star constellation? They have 36 gods on the Egyptian star constellation. 36 gods. That means they dropped 12 of the constellations.
Right.
The 12 are the major constellations that tell you about God's redemptive plan. So the Egyptians said, or the Babylonians said, drop the 12. We're just going to keep the, no, actually this is the Egyptians who said drop the 12, we're just going to worship the 36 decans. The decans means like the sub-stories to the constellation. So they worship the 36 constellations. Now, if you turn over to the next page, it starts giving you what the constellation was and the demon gods that assist that constellation. What the constellation was, then the demon gods that assist that constellation. So they corrupted the whole Mazzaroth. The Egyptians did double what the Babylonians did as far as corrupting God's Mazzaroth, of telling you God's redemptive plan. Go over to the next page, and you'll see all the way down to 36 how they changed each constellation. Now, if you do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way down at the bottom, to 36, what do you get? 666. So Satan knew what he was doing.
Amen.
When he said drop the 12, I only want to keep 36 constellations. This is what G. Craig Lewis was trying to tell the world. We need to get away from hip-hop.
Right.
Because hip-hop, the word, when you say this is the real hip-hop, you're saying this is the real Horus, Isis, and Ptah music. This is the real Lucifer music that we're listening to. Every time you chant hip-hop, you're saying Lucifer's music, Lucifer's music. Because Osiris is another name for Lucifer, the light bearer.
Right.
So in all of that music, they're teaching you Satanism.
Amen.
Turn to the last page, and I want you to see this, right here with all these people on it. You see that? That's the Beatles, for some of us older people.
Yeah.
That's the Beatles. You see that arrow that I got the guy pointed on his head? These are supposed to be all of the people that have influenced the Beatles in their career. The guy with the arrow at the top, he is Aleister Crowley, the leader of the Satanic Church. How did his picture get on there? So, but they said, put all of the people that have influenced us in our music. And the leader of the Satanic Church is on this thing called Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band. So Satan has been in music for a long time. That was his job in heaven. He made music.
Right.
When he was kicked out, he kept making music.
Right.
But now it is more corrupt than it ever has been before.
Amen. Good word, Pastor.
Now I want us to go back to the front. He says that's for the original Egyptian gods. Okay? That's what he says. Let's go to the next page. What's the name of the album? Blueprint 3. Why Blueprint 3? Because in most Messianic temples, you have to complete your 3rd degree before you're fully accepted as a Mason satanic worshiper.
Right.
So this is what he did. You see this page, the next page over? This is the 3rd degree of the Masons. Blueprint 3 is a celebration of his passing the 3rd degree and being a full Master Mason.
Wow.
So he used this album to celebrate. Turn over to the next page right here. This is a website called the Universal Zulu Nation. It says the International Hip Hop Awareness Movement. When you go on here, you see a crump, which is a symbol of witchcraft and Satanism. If you go over to the next page, you got this one guy in the corner dancing, says what? Nothing but the funk. So hip-hop is more than just about music, it's about religion.
Amen.
It's about the worship of demons.
Yeah.
And when you're out, I mean, even with these gospel rappers, all G. Craig Lewis told them was, look, stop saying hip-hop in your music.
Right.
That's all. Stop using their beats of the world that the world will smoke weed over and make beats, and then bring them into the church and put Christian lyrics on them, and stop saying in your music this is holy hip-hop.
Right.
How can you have holy Lucifer worship?
Amen.
How can you have holy Horus, Isis, and Ptah, holy Horus, Osiris, and Ptah, which is symbols of Lucifer?
Amen.
You can't have it, so you can't have holy hip-hop music.
No,
And that's what he was saying. Drop it, get it out of the music.
Right. Amen.
Some of them did, most of them didn't. But I wouldn't sit in my car chanting, this is the real hip-hop, holy hip-hop. Because we even had a church in LA, and I love to name them, Christian Center, they had hip-hop Sunday.
Yeah.
But now listen, it wasn't out of, they were trying to do something stupid, they didn't know.
Right.
He was trying to please his younger son because his younger son liked hip-hop.
Right.
So he wanted to please his younger son and give him a day where he could have a church service.
Right.
So they named it Horus, Isis, and Ptah Day, which was just foolishness.
Amen. Wow.
Okay? Turn over to the next page right here. On this page shows the barcodes. Every barcode was turned over, that used to have dashes, now have 666 on it. What does 6 stand for? The absence of God. That's why it's so important for Satan to use it. And understand something else. He deceived Eve on the 6th day. And how did he deceive Eve on the 6th day? He said, if you do what I say, your eye will be open, CBS. And when your eye is open, then you will know both good and evil, and you will be like God. So the symbol of the single eye is what? A satanic symbol. That's why on the back of your dollar bill is an eye above the pyramid. Because they control the money that's in the United States. They print it.
Right.
So we're looking at a system that is swallowed up by Satanism.
Right.
And how it got in the church, how you can have Eastern stars wearing an upside down star on t-shirts in a church is beyond me.
Right.